I'm so happy I found that jingle. I think that fits the show so perfectly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Marv in the Morning. Good morning, Bravehearts, and good morning, Garfield, New Jerusalem. We're back, and it's AMA Thursday, baby. You just get to ask me anything today. I get to be lazy. I get to be lazy on Thursdays now. I love it. I love it. I love it. Welcome back, Bravehearts. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's episode 19. Somebody didn't forget. Somebody forgot to mute his phone before he went live, huh? Look at that. Look at this guy over there, handsome fellow over there. But yes, we're back up in this jazz. Marv in the Morning, episode 19. Ask Me Anything Thursday. If you weren't here earlier in the week, I'm gonna be taking Fridays off, so I was like, let's make Thursdays AMA Thursdays. It gives me time to relax. It gives me time to not have to search for a topic, and it gives me a day off. And that day off is not really going to be a day off because I'm going to use that time to edit the Live from Bravery Studios interviews. Friday, not Friday either. Saturday, we have the interview with my brother Ose, the exquisite painter Ortiz that's doing a mural out here in Bravery Studios. If you've been in here over the past month, you'll see that we have a Keith Haring mural. Not a mural of Keith Haring, but a mural in his style going up on the walls here. But yeah, that's coming out this Saturday. Audio form only. I don't want to overextend myself and create too much work for myself by, making it video. I did that with Jason. I did that with Matt. But I found that my focus was split between our conversation and the production. And I don't want to do that again. I don't want to, give someone a partial interview because my attention is too divided. So I don't want to do that again. So we just decided to go with audio form for this. But yeah, that's that. If your first time here, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the notification bell. The timestamps will be in the description below if you're watching post live. But start your podcast. Start your podcast today. Do it. If you have an idea living rent free in your mind, come to Bravery Studios. Let us help you turn these dreams into realities. Let us do the heavy lifting. You just come, speak your mind. We'll take care of the editing. We'll take care of the uploading. We'll take care of the release schedule. Graphics, thumbnails, logos, animation, all that jazz. You name it, we do it here in Bravery Studios. This is the place to be with over 20 podcasts to record here weekly. Join the community. Become part of the family. Come to Bravery Studios. I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it a lot. A lot. We also have a Discord link below in the description for if you want to submit your podcast for me to review. Send me your podcast. I like to listen to podcasts. I like to listen to them while I'm setting up for this show, actually. I really do. And you can also just throw questions in there, too, if you want to chop it up with me. We are looking for vendors for our Ladies of Bravery event. That's taking place October 22nd. Ladies of Bravery is going to be a showcase of the fabulous ladies that record here in Bravery Studios. We have 3 podcasts. We have the No Filter podcast, the Illest Girls Next Door podcast, and the Spiritual Tip podcast. Each doing live shows that night. So I still have to create an Eventbrite for it. So that's coming soon. But just pull up either way. We got Jeps in the chat. Bravery Studios, let's go. Let's go indeed. Let's go indeed. Let's go indeed. It's AMA Thursday, Jeps. It's your favorite day of the week, brother. Ask me anything. Brian Green, the GOATs. Shout out to Brian Green, bro. That's my bro right there. The daily shout out. Woo-hoo. Who's the daily shout out going to today, Marv? It's going to the Goodfellas podcast. Listen, Goodfellas have been rocking with me for 4 years. They've been here since 2019. Well, maybe that's 3 years. The Goodfellas have been rocking and rolling here at Bravery Studios since the start of their podcast. And let me tell you, I've learned a lot from these guys. You wouldn't imagine how professional and how organized they are behind the scenes. It's like every member of that team has a role to play, and they each play it. They each put their part. and each one is like very skilled in specific things. The Goodfellas podcast, they chop it up. This barbershop talk, they talk relationships, they talk about current events, all that jazz. But let me tell you, man, behind the scenes, these are some really organized dudes, organized and committed, and passionate about what they're doing too. Shout out to Ron. Ron is the guy. He mainly has the podcast. He's the one who I talk to about any podcasting ideas or strategies or anything that's going down. Shout out to James. James is I don't know if he's a de facto leader. I don't even know. One time for the Goodfellas podcast. Yeah, I don't know if he's a de facto leader, but he's definitely the funniest one of the group. Getting James to sit still in his chair for an hour was always a lot of work when I used to record them. They record themselves now. And shout out to DJ One Up. From him just being behind me with the turntables and DJing, watching me do the show every week, he learned. He just from watching. And now he kicks ass at it. He's doing the show himself while DJing. One Up plays sound drops and sound effects while doing everything else, like cutting cameras and checking levels and everything. Also, shout out to Bilo, shout out to Maul, shout out to everybody, Lonnie, everybody on that team, man. Everybody on that team. They're a great team, great group of dudes, and I'm honored that they are still rocking with me after all this time. They've seen so many podcast rooms come and go because they were here when we had in 2019 when we had one little tiny room over there in Clifton, expanded to a second room, then rebuilt a room, and we moved over here to Garfield. And man, big things coming, big changes coming too. So yeah, shout out to the Goodfellas podcast. Check them out. Look up their YouTube, look up their Apple, look up their Spotify. Goodfellas Pod, you know it's them from the Dove. Hey Scarlett, how's it going? Scarlett's so awesome. Sometimes I wish I was Scarlett. I could paint stuff. I could cook stuff. I mean, I can cook stuff now. I don't think I can cook as good as Scarlett though. Shout out to Scarlett. Valor room update. I was putting up wallpaper in the Valor room yesterday, and let me tell you, man, it's cool to get wallpaper with designs, but lining up those designs so that they match from the creases. Oh my god, wallpapers! I got like paper cuts all over my fingers. I feel like Ringo Starr. I've got paper cuts all over my fingers, and I actually had to rip a whole roll off the wall because I didn't like the way it came out. And now I got to order more wallpaper. But the Valor room is looking beautiful. I hope you guys have been checking out my IG. I have a lot of videos. I'm also making time-lapse videos that I'm going to put out once the room is done. But the room will be ready and operational in the middle of October. We're doing good with it. It's coming along, and it's looking beautiful already. Last night I just sat in there and I just was like, man, I just want to start recording in here now. But no, I want the room to be perfect when we start. So we still have more furniture flying in from wherever that furniture comes from, and I can't wait for you guys to use it. I can't wait. What's probably gonna happen with that room is I'm gonna make that room operational. And then I'm going to close down the Courage room for probably a month so I can renovate that one as well. Because I want to pretty up that room as well. We can cook together, man. Make some oh, man, don't tease me with some empanadas. Oh, that's another thing I want to talk about. I haven't been updating you about my weight. But I'm at 235 right now as far as pounds go. And, I stopped eating meat for like the entirety of this month. And not that I'm not eating anything bad. Not that meat makes you gain weight particularly, but just to try to see if I can do it. So I've been living off of like tuna, cashews, and avocados. I think I actually have it. Yeah, I do actually have it. This is my food. This is what I'm eating daily, plus tuna. This is like my life right now. I came out of focus because I did that. Come back, camera. Come back. But yeah, this is my life right now. I'm learning about avocados, and I never ate an avocado. Well, I never brought an avocado until like a month ago. Shout out to Darling showing me how to buy an avocado. He said make sure the butt is soft. That's what my friend Robin told me. Make sure the butt is soft before you eat it. And I did eat one of these things before it was ready. It was miserable. But I had already opened it up, so I was like, I gotta eat it now. I have to eat it. So I ate it all hard and flavorless. I was like, oh God. Like half of it was like ready, and then the other half wasn't. But yeah, I'm in love with avocados. I'm eating it right off of the what is this? The exoskeleton. Avocados have an exoskeleton, I think. Right? That's what this shell is, like Ninja Turtles. But yeah, this has been my diet for this whole month, and yo, you really don't know what you can give up until you try, because I haven't even gotten like cravings for like meat or anything like that either. So, oh yeah, hard avocado is a sad thing. Yeah, man, it was miserable eating it, but I was like, I don't want to throw it away, and this is my punishment for not waiting, because I knew the butt wasn't that soft. You got to make sure it has a soft butt before you start eating it. That's the lesson of the day. We got Big Daddy Alucard in the chat. Alucard, what do you know about avocados, brother? I'm Dominican, so this is like life. This is the soul of my country, like right here. The dynasty, right? The dynasty. People think it's plantains. Let me tell you about some avocados, though, baby. This thing right here is real life, real life, real life. But yeah, that and the cashews. I buy like cashews are expensive too, man. I don't know why, but this whole bucket is like $15, and I think that's the most I've ever spent on something, just one item at a supermarket. It's like the most, so it's like weird. But yeah, I'm learning to embrace change. Like I've been saying this whole month, and actually this is the last episode of the month too, right? We could start playing that "Wake Me Up When September Ends" song. Gotta dip in some mango, yo. I made mango in August. It was a very fun experience. Immortal words of Marv. Make sure the butter is soft before you eat it. Just gonna leave that right there. Just gonna leave that right there. But yeah, man. Lost my train of thought for some reason. I wonder why. Oh, and also hot sauce. Shout out to Flora Health. I've been just draining, like taking this and pouring it on everything, especially the tuna. Tuna with some hot sauce. I'm gonna try it with avocado. I haven't really tried it with avocados, but I've been in love with this thing. Shout out to Flora Health. Ding. Check them out on Instagram. Look them up. But yeah, it's been a fun ride, a fun journey, just trying to be healthy, man. I don't know if I've said it before, but I was at like 300 pounds like during the pandemic. I was already overweight, but then the pandemic just made it worse. The lockdown, and not doing anything, just eating every day, getting a lot of DoorDash. DoorDash must have made a killing. DoorDash must have made a killing during the panini, right? Fun fact: did you know that avocado means testicle in its original form, Mexican, and we named it like that because its shape? I'm learning a lot of things today. I'm learning a lot of things today. Shout out to Alucard. But yeah, man, we are. Where was I even going? We are on this health journey, and like I'm at 235, so I've dropped like, I think that's like 65 pounds. Like I said, I was at 300. I was at 300 when I moved to this building, and even looking back at videos from like 3 months ago or whatever, I'm always like, wow, man, it's crazy to look at yourself like, wow. And I had to kind of sacrifice a lot of like my health, just to keep things on an even keel with the business. Just putting other things first than my health and my appearance. But now the business is doing good, baby, and I'm happy to report that we're in a happy place where I can like live a normal life and run a business. We're in a very good place right now. Very, very good place. But yeah, the health, the the weight loss journey is been a fun ride, and the goal is to get down to like 180. I think that's the appropriate weight for my height, and we're getting there. We're getting there. The hot sauce is good for the heart. At least that's what people say. Never confirmed anything because I like hot sauce. Yeah, even if it wasn't good for you, man, I am a hot sauce connoisseur. I can't wait to get on hot ones one day. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be on hot ones one day. When Marv in the morning blows up, baby. When Bravery Studios is on the map. When my face is on the $100 bill, and they invite me on hot ones. It's gonna be a beautiful day. It's gonna be a very beautiful day because I love me some hot sauce. I used to go to the Chinese store and take the plastic, squeezer thing, whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called, and just like down it. I've been a hot sauce kid since hot sauce was a kid. So I love me some hot sauce. Health is important. Can't run the business if you aren't allowed to do it. Bingo. 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 Actually, I haven't even had a sip of coffee yet. I also drink coffee black, no sugar, no extra jazz. There's no extra jazz in my coffee. Just straight black. I drink it out of this what are these things called again? These the thermos that I got from Linked Up Perspectives podcast, a podcast I record. I think they gave this to me when we were in Asbury Park recording a show out there. So if you're into like education technology, check out this podcast, Perspectives, and check out Linked Up. And shout out to ClassLink for rocking with me. The last dab is bad, huh? Well, you know what? I don't think it's the last dab that's bad on Hot Ones, bro. I think it's the one before the last dab. Because I'm not going to lie to you. Every time I watch the episode and they get to the end, I feel like the second to last, which I think they usually put the atomic one, the atomic bomb one. I feel like that one looks worse than the last dab. Because I see people go with the last dab and not be that bad. I feel like the last dab is the the chaser. I feel like the last dab is the chaser, the cool down. But no, I would love to do. I saw that Joe and Zane from Jersey Media, Therapy Without a Degree podcast. Shout out to them. Make sure you check them out. I saw that they did the one chip challenge, and I got to do the one chip challenge here with my wolf pack with Matt, Will, Steve. We got to do that together, and we're also contemplating a podcast, man. Like I really, really want to get us to do a podcast. Our schedules are kind of all over the place, but I think if we can get each other together for one night a week and record it just audio form, I think we can knock it out. I think we could definitely knock it out. So I want to see if we can pull that off. I was sweating from where I've never did before. Oh, so you've tried the last dab, really? And you're a hot sauce guy, right? Yo, I'll do it. I'll do the one chip challenge, the last dab. Would love to see you do hot ones for real. I would love to, man. And I totally Mondo love how I think his name is I'm trying to remember the host of that show. The host of that show is so good. And he must just be immune. He just must be immune to hot sauce at this point. Nothing phases that guy. He's asking all these serious questions while eating these super hot wings. Like, yo, nothing phases the guy. And I'm like, wow, nothing phases him. And they got a great concept. They got a great concept that could be evergreen almost. That's an evergreen idea. I don't think people will ever get tired or bored of watching celebrities eat spicy food. Will that ever get boring? I don't know. But I don't get bored of it. I think my favorite episode was with Aubrey Plaza because she poured milk through her. She sipped milk through her nose. I don't even know. She just did a line of milk over there. Like, I was like, wow, okay. And that was Mondo entertaining. I dig Aubrey Plaza in general. I think she's a Mondo cool chick. But yeah, I've always wanted to go on Hot Ones. I think it's Scott Evans is the host name. Yeah, I've tried both. They were both very spicy. I couldn't handle it as much as tonight, as much as I thought. I've seen them answer whatever they are asked. It's because the hot sauce makes you do it. Yeah, the hot sauce. I mean, you got that adrenaline pumping. You're not thinking too much about the questions. And I've seen them not be able to answer the questions either, though. Hey, man, so what you got lined up or planned for the coming month? October is going to be the release of the Valor Room is going to be operational. We got the Ladies of Bravery event October 22nd. I know we have one more event in mind for the month that we're thinking about that I have to finalize. But October, I definitely want to reach out to the city of Garfield and start establishing a bond, a connection with the city. I want to, like I've spoken about this before, I want to get, after school programs for kids to come here and learn how to podcast. I want to create a hub for everyone in Garfield that wants to get into production, AV, anything like that, to come to us. Yeah, like that's the goal. So I want to establish a bond with the city and get in their good graces. Shout out to Richie Riggs. I want to interview Richie Riggs as well. So I have to brush up on my Garfield history. I know that they're known for boiler making. Commissioner Kelvin in the building. Yeah, I most definitely got to get one session in the Valor Room. Very dope layout of the room. Yeah, man. Middle of October, brother. It's coming. What are you looking forward to the most? Like, what are you super hyped about coming up? I think the Valor Room is it. I think the Valor Room getting done. Every time another piece comes in the mail or through UPS or whatever, I'm just like, I always put it together and then I sit in that room for at least half an hour just envisioning the first recording in there, envisioning it. And I just want to get rock. I want to rock and roll already. I definitely want to rock and roll with that for sure. So that's what I'm pretty much looking forward to the most, I guess. Very much looking forward to that. I also need to get in touch with the Midnight Market, the food festival in Jersey City that's going down in October. Because we had discussed setting up a podcast table out there and letting people come by and record just an audio and me sending them the files then afterwards. Setting up a podcast table at the Midnight Market is what's the next goal too. I got to touch base with them soon. So look forward to that. That's going to be in Jersey City. I believe, if I could find their actual date, let me see. If I could find the actual date. Let's see. Midnight Market events. So this is Midnight Market here. So this is their Instagram. It's a foodie fest. I'm trying to see the date for the next event. The first festival for late night foodies. So yeah, this is that. So yeah, I'm working to get us a podcast table out there at their next event. Like, look at this. This is awesome. Like, look at this crowd. and it's the silent jams. Everybody's got headphones on, and then depending on what color headphone you pick, depends. It would determine what music you're listening to, what genre. I think that's awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, that's gonna be a hype thing in October. Just gotta finalize the deal. Food Fest. Oh, one in October. Maybe that'll be my plans for my birthday. I love Food Fest. Yo, I want 2 pounds of gummies, says Big Daddy Alucard. Yo, yeah, man. Definitely. 2 pounds of gummies. I'm down for that. Commissioner Kelvin says favorite person you've interviewed. Favorite person that I've interviewed. Well, off rip, I'm not like the best interviewer. I don't think I'm that good at interviewing people, and I don't want that to be the only thing that I do on my podcast. But if I would say the best, the most interesting interview, it definitely was the Mayor of Patterson. Andre Saya is definitely the. He just was so charismatic and had the charm. He's got the whole mayor thing. He's Carcetti from The Wire, like for real in real life, but better. The Carcetti kind of messed up in the last season. But yeah, man, the mayor of my hometown, getting to talk to the mayor of your hometown is it made me feel like a hometown hero. Honestly, it made me feel good, like to be acknowledged by where I'm from for what I'm doing. And I wasn't even in Patterson anymore at that point. I was in Clifton. So the issue I was having getting him there is that he wants to support things in his city. He doesn't want to come out to other things, or he probably does, but a little podcast in the outskirts of Clifton is not really. I don't know if that was worth his time, but he definitely came through. Definitely pulled up with a whole crew. Honestly, where I had to interview everybody. And that was a great one. That's probably my favorite one. But particularly, I may not be the best at interviewing. I don't think that's where my strengths lie. I'm much better, Mondo better at just discussion based topics and things of that nature. I think Squirrel Rosenberg gives the best interviews around here. Squirrel Rosenberg. Make sure you check out SQR podcast, guys. Oh, a silent jam. It's dope. There was one at the music festival I was at. It's odd to watch when you are standing on outside, but people be vibing out to music. Yeah, that's awesome. That's an awesome concept, and I bet you the neighborhood appreciates it. The neighborhood must definitely appreciate it. We should try that here in Bravery Studios. We should try to some silent jams. Everybody rocking out with headphones out. But that's really cool, and they're wireless. I wonder how long they last, how long they charge for. But looking forward to that Midnight Market event in October. Looking forward to the Ladies of Bravery. And yeah, man, it's October's gonna be dope. September was really dope. I feel like a whole new person this month. I felt like a whole new person this whole month. We're doing Marv in the morning, and all the new things here in the studio, doing the mural, doing another podcast room, all the new podcasts that are starting. We always get a lot of new podcasts in September. What's your biggest weakness last fall? Can be professionally, not, or both. Biggest weakness. Reading. I'm not a good reader. But if we're talking about professionally, my biggest weakness, I like to take a risk, I guess you could say. I like to take risk in business. A good business knows which risk to take and which ones not to. The company's called Bravery Studios because of how brave I am with taking risk. Even moving to this location was a big one. But I'm a huge risk taker. I live life at the edge, right? And that can be a weakness, right? Because you're just too bold to see the stop signs. You can get pulled over eventually. Keep skipping the stop signs. But it's worked out thus far. So I don't know if it's really a weakness or a strength. It could possibly be both, right? Flaw? What's my biggest flaw? I wish I kind of want someone else to tell me. I feel like if I give it a response, it's kind of, I'm going to give you the, I don't know what answer. I care too much. No. What's my biggest flaw? I feel like Alucard knows the answer to these questions already. Alucard's been rocking with me for like 3 or 4 years. Alucard's been rocking with me for 3 or 4 years. I'm sure he knows already what's my biggest flaw. I don't know. Maybe I haven't accepted my biggest flaw yet. You tell me, Alucard. Alucard knows what it is. Alucard probably knows me better than myself now at this point. Oh, pizza's my weakness. I am weak when I'm around pizza, man. Just because I'm so I love being from Jersey. I love that we have the best pizza on the planet. Even if someone was to argue with us about the best pizza, what are they going to say? Oh, New York has the best pizza, right? It's either New York or Jersey. So either way I win because I could just cross the bridge and get pizza. Biggest flaw is you can't read. You've been doing great. Thank you, Scarlett. Thank you. More like 6 or 7 years. Yeah, man. Well, then what's your biggest fear? My biggest fear... You know what? If I could be vulnerable for a second, what is my biggest fear? If I could be completely vulnerable. Let's see. That's deep. That's a deep. These questions should be podcast questions, but I'm rocking with it. Biggest fear. There's not a lot of things that I fear. But if, let's say... My biggest fear, I guess, would be not taking, missed opportunities. My biggest fear would be missing opportunities. Like if something was to come along and I was to miss it. Not talking about FOMO. I don't get FOMO, but as far as business goes, as far as working with creatives, as far as all that jazz goes, I guess. But I don't fear a lot. I don't fear much. Clickbait, does it work? Is it worth it? It definitely works. And it's definitely worth it. Yeah, man. Clickbaiting people on YouTube. It works. It definitely works. Should you do it all the time? Do it sparingly. I mean, don't do it deceptively, though. I mean, make the video good when they click on it. Because if you think about it, newspaper headlines are clickbait. When you look at newspapers were the OG clickbait. When you walk into a bodega or a convenience store, for people not from Jersey or New York, a convenience store. When you walk into a bodega, the newspapers are already spread out and open on the shelves, right? There's like a newspaper shelf, a rack. There's a newspaper rack. And in big, bold letters, it will say a headline. Michael Jackson went to Mars. Ding, ding. Like, oh, I got to read this. What the heck is Michael? What's Mike MJ doing on Mars now? Why is he doing that? It's clickbait. That's OG clickbait. OG clickbait. How to combat robot scammers in comments of my videos. I don't know that one yet. I get those too. I don't know how to get rid of that. Just delete it when they come in, I guess. I don't know about that one yet. Yeah, I don't know that one, Jess. I wish I could help you with that one, brother. Short term, long term, it doesn't. Yeah, short term clickbait. I guess short term is if you become like the boy who cried wolf if you do that for the long term. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a wolf. You become Usopp from One Piece if you guys watch One Piece. The boy who cried wolf, he did it too many times. First time it's funny, like, oh, come on, man, stop joking around. There's no wolf out here. Second time is, okay, you got me again. All right. Third time it's, come on, bro. Like, this is getting old, man. This is getting old. This is getting old. But yeah, man. And I don't think clickbait is really a negative. It's just, clickbait just means you have a really catchy headline. You have an attention-grabbing headline. The bait part is if your video is not anything of any substance. You know, but going back to like fears and goals and all that. Doing the old face in the thumbnail, does it work? I don't know. That one hasn't worked for me. Actually, let me look back at my views. I'll tell you in an hour. I'll tell you in an hour. I know putting the red circle with an arrow works. Not Usopp. Yo, George, get a mod like me. That gets rid of those bots. Yeah, bingo. Alucard's the best mod on planet Earth, man. Not Usopp. But yeah, for everybody watching, everything that's hopping in. I see 10 people in the chat. Thank you for watching. Make sure you sub. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Show some love. Talk in the chat. If you're in the background, just watching Scarlett, Alucard, and Jeps, just throwing questions out there. Just say hello at least. I won't bother you past a hello. But just to show love and spread positivity, man. You know. Yeah, man. Say your piece. Yo, bet. But yeah, man. What else did I want to talk about? I did have a thinking out loud idea in my head earlier. I should have written it down. And what was I thinking about? What was I thinking about? Tips for doing giveaways. Yeah, the biggest tip is like make it a raffle. Make it a raffle. And make it something that people will appreciate past the point of the giveaway. I did a giveaway on like Twitch not too long ago, or I had a competition where I was giving away like $100 worth of gift card for the winner. And after the giveaway, a lot of the people that were there only for the giveaway left, and I didn't really gain too many new viewers or audience out of it. But definitely make it a raffle. Don't make it the 100 subscriber or something like that, because then people are not going to sub because they're going to wait till it says 99 on there and then sub. But damn, I missed that. Yeah. Trying to remember what was on my mind that I kind of wanted to touch base on earlier. Okay, here's I did write it down. I have an iPad here with a whole bunch of notes. Standing too firm on your opinions. One thing that I've learned from the internet, and the internet is great for, is that opinions will always change about things. Like public opinion, your own personal opinion. I used to really like Eminem when I was a kid. Don't want nothing to do with any of Eminem nowadays. I can't even listen to his old music. I just cannot go back to that. I used to like a lot of things as a kid that I don't like anymore. And because of the internet, because you can look back at your old posts from like 10 years ago, at least 10 or 15 years ago now at this point. I think I used to be like a very opinionated person. I used to stand so firmly on my beliefs, and young man. I was the main character of the song "Angry Young Man" from Billy Joel, right? And I would say try not to stand too firm on your opinions, on your own personal opinions, because public opinion changes so fast. And what is acceptable, what you may not like today, you might like it tomorrow. What you like today, you may not like it tomorrow. We're changing like every day. and a lot. I've seen like movies that people hated when they came out, and now they're considered cult classics. Magnificent Marv, Tamika. I like Magnificent Marv. I'm usually called Marvelous Marv, but Magnificent Marv makes me feel like a magician. I still like all the stuff I used to like when younger. My issue is I find it hard to like newer things. Yeah, I have a hard time liking newer music. I try to find new music to listen to that I would like. I don't think there's any new music that I like at all, which kind of is a sad notion, right? All I can listen to is stuff that I listened to when I was a kid. I like Marvelous too. Marvelous is what I usually get, and sometimes I regret not calling the studio Marvelous Studios because then it would have my name in the title. But I think we're doing all right with Bravery. Favorite classic Nickelodeon cartoons: Angry Beavers and Rocco's Modern Life. Angry Beavers. There really was only one Angry Beaver. Daggett was cool. Is Daggett the cool one or Norbert the cool one? I think it's Daggett the cool one. Norbit is, I don't know, one or the other. Me too, Marv. All the music is Bravery's better. Yeah, Bravery does sound better, right? I don't remember who was the cooler one, but there was only one Angry Beaver. The other one was chilling. Yeah, Beaver's fire. Rocco's Modern Life. I didn't get it till I was older. I watched it again like recently. I didn't get how deep that show was. It was kind of SpongeBob before SpongeBob because, he had a job, he had a friend, he had his own apartment, had a dog. The modern life in the title makes sense. He was living the modern life. He had his boss was Big Mouth. His boss was actually named Big Mouth. His friend was going out with a girl with a claw for a hand, and I think that was a metaphor for dating a disabled person. I think I might be reaching on that one. I'm not gonna lie. His friend was very flamboyant. Heifer was a flamboyant man and androgynous, I would say. I don't know for sure if that was the idea. But heifer definitely means female cow in English, right? I think. Might have to run back that show. Yeah. Rocco's Modern Life was deep, man. It was deep. Very Mondo deep. And cool show. Daggett was dark brown, dumb, angry. Norbit was light brown, smart, cool. Oh yeah, Norbit was the cool one. Daggett was the angry, dumb one. Yeah, he was the only Angry Beaver, honestly. Saw Green Day, My Chemical Romance, and T-Pain. Didn't know any of their new stuff, but they played their old stuff, and it was still good as I remember. Sometimes the oldies never really get old. I think to us, because we're stuck in the generation that when we were teenagers. I think once you turn 25, it becomes harder to like new music. I think that's when I stopped liking new music, when I was 25. Because even in my early 20s, I fell in love with like the underground hip hop scene, or like the internet rappers. Like Joey Badass, Tyler the Creator. Who else was out there? I guess A$AP Rocky was kind of an internet rapper at first. A$AP Ferg, Schoolboy Q, Kendrick Lamar at first. He wasn't before his first album dropped. Sometimes you're stuck on your memories. Yeah, nostalgia is a hell of a drug, right? Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. It's a lot of good music, but you have to search. Oh, Action Bronson too. Action Bronson is probably my favorite rapper now. As an adult. As a kid, I grew up on Nas. Everything was Nas. I had every album, everything. But once I heard Action Bronson, I go to Nas for like the spoken word, the truth, the path. I go to Action Bronson for a good laugh, a good time. The crowd was good of youngins though, even little kids. Everyone that was rocking out just the same to their classics. Yeah, cause I find it wild that like '90s rock, especially like the pop punk scene, it's music very much designed for youthful people. You know, so it's very poppy, it's very catchy and easy to sing along to. A lot of jumping to it, but I find it weird when kids don't like it. I have run into kids that are like, "Oh, turn this off. This is horrible." I'm like, "What? You don't like Sum 41? This night might last forever." What? You don't like Blink 182? But we're all of us were all stuck in the time period from when we were like teenagers or whatnot. Tamika likes Action Bronson. Yeah, I like Action Bronson. I would love to interview Action Bronson. If you ask me who are my dream interviews, I want to interview Action Bronson. I want to interview Denzel Washington. Like, I'm sure he knows that he is like the best actor. Or I mean, it's between him and Leonardo DiCaprio. I think they're both like the best actors ever. I think. But no. I kind of think Denzel kind of hasn't had like a banger in a while though. I can't even think of Denzel's last banger, like must see hit. Where like with Leonardo, I feel like Wolf of Wall Street or what's the other one he just came out with? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Johnny Depp is so weird because he's a movie star that I never thought would ever fall off. And man, did all the drama and all the tabloid stuff did it just ruin like people's perception of him, right? Oh yeah, I would love to sit with Samuel. I think Samuel's awesome. You know, Sam Jackson. Talk about anime. Yeah. Sam Jackson seems like a good time. Denzel playing Malcolm X was great. I had the Malcolm X DVD and I used to watch it like all the time. And that's a long movie and I used to watch it like all the time. I didn't have cable as a kid, so the only way I could watch TV is if my PlayStation 2 had a DVD player built into it. It was a DVD player and I used to buy DVDs all the time. You know, so I used to watch that Malcolm X movie front to back all the time. It's like a 3-hour movie. Johnny Depp definitely an odd human. Yeah, he's very eclectic and eccentric and whatnot, right? But like we never knew at least I never knew so much about his personal life until this whole Amber Heard thing. And I wonder if he's gonna start, being in good movies again. I want to interview an astronaut. I love when I hear the stories of Neil Armstrong or the first guys that went to the moon. Because there's a lot of people that believe we didn't go to the moon. I don't know, I wasn't there. I don't know what really happened, so I don't have an opinion on it. But whenever somebody goes up to them and says, "Hey, you didn't go to the moon. You're lying. You're a liar. You didn't go to the moon. We didn't even go to the moon. You filmed that in Hollywood with Stanley Kubrick." Apparently these guys would like fight like a lot of people. they catch the fate in public. Those astronauts know how to fight, bro. Do not tell them they didn't go to the moon. Do not go look up videos. It's crazy. Do not tell Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong that they didn't go to the moon. These guys were throwing hands like I don't know what's going on there, but that was like hilarious when I saw that. I was like, what? Yeah, I guess I'd be mad too if I went to like Jamaica and then people were like, you lying, you didn't go to Jamaica. I guess I would be pretty mad too, man. I'd be pretty mad. Yes, it's crazy. I mean, not recently. They're much older now, but like videos from like from like the 70s and the 80s when they were a little more, they were younger. Yeah, these guys are throwing hands. Asking out to like 80s wrestlers. Gotta protect kayfabe. I don't blame. Shout out to the wrestling jargon in the chat. Yeah, man, these guys were throwing hands, and yeah, I guess so. I guess that's what happened in wrestling too. When somebody asked, "What's his face? If wrestling's fake," and he smacked the reporter, right? Wrestling's so wild. Wrestling is so wild, man. But yeah, these astronauts were throwing hands, throwing a lot of hands back in the day. Whenever they were told they were lying or whatnot. Do I think we went to the moon? I don't know. I don't know. I got more important things to think about than that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to wait for the butt to get soft on these avocados so I can start eating them. That's where my mind is most of the time. I wonder if my avocado's butt is soft right now so I can eat it. That's what I'm waiting for. But yeah. But dope stream, guys. Dope time. Dope conversations. Thank you for being here, guys. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I appreciate that. Y'all remember when Snoop jumped in for wrestling? Wasn't that recently? Wasn't that AEW? That was recent, wasn't it? No, I know, what's his face? Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's on fire right now. I feel like he's going to take over the world. He's just going to walk up to the White House and like, this is mine now. And he's like, oh, okay. And who's the president right now? Biden's going to just hand him the keys. Like, yeah, take over for me. Yeah, during pandemic. He did football too. Snoop Dogg did football or Bad Bunny? If you think about it, now that I'm saying both of their names in the same sentence, I think Bad Bunny is using Snoop Dogg's strategy. Snoop Dogg may not have had like the biggest hits. Well, he's had big hits, but he hasn't had a lot of hits recently, I guess. But Snoop Dogg is just everywhere. Snoop Dogg is probably the most famous rapper on the planet. And it's because he's down for whatever. Like, he'll do movies. He'll do a talk show. He'll come to your radio show. He'll be in cartoons and anime and everything. Snoop Dogg will show face in anything. He's down for whatever. And I think Bad Bunny's also using that same strategy. Because Bad Bunny's in wrestling. He's in a movie with Brad Pitt. He's shutting down the garden. He's doing all this stuff. Snoop and Bad Bunny did a Corona commercial together. Oh, yeah, so Snoop probably gave him the sauce. He probably told him, hey, look, this is the strat. If you want to become the biggest artist on the planet. Because Snoop Dogg, I think Snoop Dogg is the most famous rapper of all time. I don't think there's no rapper that's more famous than Snoop Dogg. Even though Jay-Z may be richer, maybe. I don't know what's really in these gentlemen's wallets, but Jay-Z might have a more prolific career, and Kanye might have had a more artistic career. Snoop Dogg is definitely the most famous rapper of all time, and his strategy was, I'm just gonna be in everything. You're gonna see my face everywhere on everything. Yo, Snoop with that lighter ad was on point. Yes, the big lighter ads are so good. Him and Martha Stewart. He gotta be. I love all the Snoop and Martha commercials. Yeah, they're really good. Even if people don't know him by name, they know by face for sure. I feel like everybody knows Snoop Dogg's name. I will go as far as to say that I don't think there's a single human. Nah, I'm going way too far. I think the majority of humans on this planet know who Snoop Dogg is. I'm going to go ahead and say that then. Jay-Z, Kanye, I think. As far as like what, richest rappers or famous rappers, I think Snoop Dogg is more famous than Eminem and Jay-Z and Kanye. I think put together. I think you put them all together and Snoop Dogg is still more famous than all of them. I just think you could go to Japan and there's gonna be a Snoop Dogg picture somewhere in Japan or a commercial. Martha Stewart. I never really watched Martha Stewart and Snoop do anything together. I know they got their show, but hey, she got her hood card. She got her hood card from going to jail for a couple years or whatever. So I guess her her PR team are genius for saying, yo, now that you have a criminal record, just like lean into it. Which is that'd be a great episode too. That'd be a great episode. Lean into your flaw or your mistake. Lean into it. Because had Martha Stewart tried to go back to doing like Target furniture and like clothing, oh, this is the Martha Stewart collection by Martha Stewart, it wouldn't have worked after going to jail. But then she decided to lean into it, and she said, let me lean into what I've become, and she looks happy. She looks happy. 9 out of 10 doctors know Snoop. M ain't famous anymore. I don't think Eminem is that famous. I think he's definitely, if he is famous, he is very famous. I don't think he's as famous as Snoop Dogg. Embrace your flaws. Yeah, embrace them. Lean into them. Lean into them. Yeah, lean into it. That's how I'm gonna end today's episode, guys. Lean into your flaws, as long as they're not hurting anybody. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Let me rethink that one before I put it out there, and I'll make it into an episode. But guys, thank you for kicking it with me today. This is the longest episode of Marv in the Morning. Yeah, she still has cookware deals. Oh, that's good then. That's good. But yeah, guys, thanks for kicking with me for this hour. It's Thursday, Amen Thursday. Ask Marv anything Thursday. Great chat. This is my favorite day of the week now. Thursdays are definitely my favorite day of the week. But thanks for kicking it with us, Bravehearts. I'm going to be back on Monday. I'll be back Monday since Fridays are my days off now. And yeah, happy that you could be here. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And shout out to Jay-Z. So, catch you later, Bravehearts. Stay brave. Fight for the future. Seize the day. Still working on the outro, I know. It's not coming off right. It works better on Twitch. I'm working on it. Somebody in Discord, give me an idea. We out.